Forex Focus brought to you by IG. A real fun one today, running through some of the price extremes that we're seeing across euro, pound, and yen, the three major currencies against the US dollar, as it's been a pretty wild US dollar bull run over the course of the last month and a half, 2 months here. But let's start with euro, because I think everybody wants to call out the extremes in yen. And we'll get to the extremes in yen in just a second, but euro in a very low-key fashion has gotten all the way down to trade 107 and actually trade through 107 for part of the trading day here. Got down just below 107 for the first time, my friends, in the last 3 months here. And you can see, I'm not a big proponent necessarily of this is a big price level and, everybody's got orders lined up one way or the other. And so if it hits that price level, X, Y, and Z is going to happen. But you can't help but notice that 107, it's the first time that we're hitting this price for Euro USD in the last 3 months. And when we did get there in end of May, June, as you can see here, there was a lot of back and forth, like, will we go down again to 106, 105 area, or will we bounce back up to 108, 109, 110, where they were in April in this market? And you saw the bounce back and actually eventual build in July to 112 and beyond for a couple of days, right back in that area here. And euro down from those highs of July, 500 pips versus US dollar, right back in that area. And it feels like also just conversationally in terms of the traders out there in that mode again of, is the US dollar about to go on this historic run again, like it did in 22, where euro got below parity against USD for the first time in decades? Or is this another kind of testing out of, euro flew a little too close to the sun above 112, reversed a little bit, and we're going to bounce back to historically more normal prices, close to 110. Obviously, only time will tell, but it's been a hell of a run to the downside, 500 pips off of its high and breaking 107 recently for the first time in a few months. We'll get the trader sentiment on that, see where people are positioned in just a second. But first, also run through pound trading below 125 for the first time in the last few months here. And this is another interesting story. I think, a lot of people, and obviously you see the relative performance here from pound against USD to euro against USD, and it's not that big of a drop off. I mean, it is a bigger drop off in terms of pips, but in percentage terms here, and in terms of where the lows are for the last year, euro obviously looking like it's hurting a little bit more compared to pound. And this is to say that it's felt like pound is the stronger of those two major European currencies, but 125 is historically pretty low, and getting down to that point that we're at right now in euro, essentially 107 in euro, in terms of the chart here, looking more like 124 or 123, that will they or won't they stage, if you will, and off more than 600 pips. We were above 130 and looking like might take a shot at those, like I say, historically more normal prices in the 140 handle up there for pound dollar, going back to pre-Brexit. But off 600 pips, back under 125, and we'll see if it's a trip down below 120 like we saw in 2022, or just kind of testing out the range here and bounce back to those more normal historical prices. And then you have yen, which has been a tough one here over the course of the last couple of years. And this year, when you thought that US dollar was going to weaken a little bit, depreciate, did for just a split second against yen. And then now US dollar fighting all the way back above 147. And yen is down, dollars up almost 2,000 pips on the year from the dollar lows, yen highs. Crazy move from low to high in this dollar yen market. And you'll remember that the same way that 95 cents was the extreme for euro last year, and 105 was the extreme for pound last year, around 150 was that extreme for yen. And my friends, we are witnessing, like I say, from low to high here, almost a 2,000 pip move from those lows at 128 to the highs that we just nearly got to around 148. And that puts us only 200 pips away, 300 pips away, sorry, from 150 here. So will be really interesting to see. We're kind of already through that will they or won't they price that was maybe closer to 144 here in dollar yen. And now I want to take a look at the way that traders are positioned around these markets. That euro down around 107, now seeing the longs come out, 68% long. IG clients with euro dollar positions are short that dollar. Majority of them are, and long the euro. A little more than 2 out of 3 traders long that euro dollar market. And then pound, I mean, similar type of sentiment, but just a little bit shy of that 2 out of 3 metric that's long that pound and short US dollar there. And then 3 out of 4 traders in the US dollar yen market here are short dollar and long yen. And of course, this is the most extreme in terms of price action. And you're seeing the most extreme of the 3 here in terms of trader sentiment as well, with 3 out of 4 IG clients with positions in this market short that dollar, long that yen, as majority of traders are positioned on the other side of the extreme, the contrarian play, if you will. Is that a tell as to where markets are going? Of course, you've got the theoretical 50-50 up or down, but some interesting price action and some interesting sentiment from the traders out there in the forex space as well.